we have some clips of next week's episode that we're gonna break down. We're gonna see if we can determine who's falling in love with who's gonna be coming in, the drama. Because as I mentioned, there's still much more Paradise to be played out. And I feel like we saw that like BIP schedule. Apparently there's like 3 more Tuesdays, and then they didn't say when it was. But I feel like there's still so many more people coming in, and then the finale, and if there's a reunion, I'm like, this show could go on for like another month. We know that Michelle's season starts October like 17th or 16th. So we have like maybe 3 to 4 more episodes of BIP. So I'm excited to see what happens next week. Gianna, are you excited to see? We're going to get these clips up for you guys in just a couple of minutes.
Oh, of course I'm excited. I just feel like every single week is pure drama, pure chaos. I kind of like that we only have Tuesdays now, just because the 2 days I was living for all the drama, but I was also getting overwhelmed. And then when we'd have to do lives like this, there were 2 or 4 hours of Bachelor in Paradise drama to cover. So it was craziness. But as always, I can't wait to see the drama unfold and, you know, what plot twists are going to be happening, like what hosts are coming next. I'm always excited for Bachelor in Paradise.
Yes. Okay, we have our first clip ready here. So let's play it and see what is going to go down on the beach. Here we go.
I never stopped loving you.
See how upset she is, but I'm feeling things for Serena.
It's the hardest thing I've ever been through, and it just keeps going.
Oh my God. It is not Joe's responsibility to console you and to be your shoulder to cry on. He broke up with you a year ago. Literally a year ago. Why is she still doing this? Like, I mean, how patient does this man have to be with you that you have to follow him to a beach in Mexico to cry over him when Ivan is right there? Avery, please make this make sense.
I mean, and that's the biggest difference between her and Serena. Serena knows what she wants. This girl does not know what she wants whatsoever. She does not have to voluntarily sit here and watch her ex with someone else. She could leave. And now she's just crying to him like, I can't get over you. Why am I in this situation? This sucks. Then don't be in this situation. Go home. She's not making it better for anyone.
Literally go home.
He should not be her shoulder to cry on. He should not even be in her life anymore. This is just such a headache for literally the both of them.
So do we think she's just going to leave, Gianna? Is that what it's setting up to be?
She better. If she doesn't leave, I'm going to jump through my TV and make her leave. Like, what else is she going to do? Like, is she just going to sit there and keep on crying? And like, what? I just don't get it. Like,
kisses?
I can't even see her giving a rose to anybody else. Like, how are you going to get over it within the next week? Kendall, like, I just don't understand.
Kendall?
So she better leave. Like, she really better leave. I can't do this.
Hear
Like,
me
and
out.
poor Joe. Yeah.
Hear me out. James and Kendall. Yes or no?
Sure,
I
and they
can
both
see
can
it,
just
but
leave.
Stop.
We're tired.
They could leave together.
Like, she's
They
annoying
could be a match
me.
made in
I
heaven.
don't want to see her anymore. Yeah, they should.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, I mean, she's totally just going to pull a deuce. Do you guys think Serena will talk to her, or do you think it's better for Serena to be like, nothing to do with me, I'm minding my own business?
I mean, what's the point? Like, what is she gonna do? Cry to Serena? Oh, poor me, you're with my ex. Like, what are they gonna get out of talking to each other? Literally nothing.
Maybe from hearing
she
from a
shouldn't
girl,
even be
though.
involved. She shouldn't
I
be
don't think
involved
it's-
in their relationship. Like, he moved on.
It's true.
It's over.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's true. I mean, a girl's perspective could help Kendall, but I mean, Kendall, figure this out by yourself. Like, I mean, Kendall, just go back to LA. Like, you're not moving. You're still not going to move to Chicago. That's the other thing. She still is not moving to Chicago. Like, if she came to, like, what if she came to Paradise with a one-way ticket? She showed her plane ticket. She's like, I'm going to Chicago right after this. Like, will you take me back? Like, that would be different. But she still is not making sense. Like, you need to just be, like, straight up. So we need to just see what happens next week. We are all assuming Kendall's going to leave, which would suck because then Ivan's going to have to leave unless he finds another connection. So let's take a look at our next clip and see if we can get any more clues to what will happen next week. Let's do it.
I am falling in love with you.
Get the butterflies thinking about him. There could be an engagement here very soon.
I am falling in love with you.
I'm falling in love with you too.
Two very solid couples, Mari and Kenny, Riley and Mauricia. 3 couples now have said that they're falling in love. Joe and Serena were the first. Do you think that Mari and Kenny really are going to be able to put all the Demi stuff behind them now, Avery, now that she's gone?
I think so. Like, as much as I hated that happened, I can see that was like a fluke, and I can see that he's like in love with Mari. Like, Mari is it at the end of the day. It was unfortunate that had to happen, but I think they definitely came out of it stronger. And like we just said, these are our top 3 like most solid couples. I could see them definitely getting engaged at the end of this.
Gianna, where are you third wheeling? Where are you at? Are you on Mauricio and Riley's date, or are you in the boom boom room with Kenny and Mari? You have to pick one.
Well, I don't know if I'd want to be in the room, but I just
Gianna,
love
be
Ken and
honest.
Mari. Well, okay, this is PG-13 here at Shared News. We can't dive into that, but I really just love these two, like Kenny and Mari. They're my favorite, like right from the get-go. I love their connection. I think that one conversation, again, we don't see full conversations in Paradise. Like it must have just been such a miscommunication on Mari's part and even Kenny's part that led him to Demi. And honestly, like Demi pretty much pounced on him from what we saw. Like she was like on him on that daybed. She didn't care about Mari. She didn't care about what anyone else thought. And she was being selfish in that moment for what she wanted. So Kenny just kind of went with it. And he's like, okay, well, Mari basically said she doesn't want me. We all know what happened. It was just a mistake. But I don't think that mistake was anything like that. I don't think it was malicious on Kenny's part. I think it was literally just like he was confused, Mari was confused, and they both just found their way back home. And I think that kind of blip in their relationship is what's making them so strong now. We saw at the end of last night's episode, everyone was kind of like looking at them. They were like making out in the pool. They were just arm in arm together. Like they were really close, and we could see right now, I mean, he just said he's falling in love with her. I think that they needed to go through that rough patch to get to where they are right now. And I love them. Maybe I'll be in the boom boom room with them, but I know
like
Avery
it.
loves Marisa and Riley. So
Riley.
that's the team she's on. Yep.
She'll be in that boom boom room. And I'll just be in all the boom boom rooms. I'll be floating around from one boom boom room to the next. What do you mean, Avery?
Well, I kind of like Kenny and Mari more. Actually, I can't decide because I
Oh.
like them both for different reasons. But I guess I would just have to draw out of a hat what room I would end up with. I'd be happy with either or.
Okay, well, I'm honestly, like, I agree with, like, everything you guys have been saying, but I'm still a little iffy on Mari just because she messed that whole thing up. Like, Team Kenny all the way. So I'm fine with Mari and Kenny because, like, I love them originally, but I still need to see them play out before I'm, like, fully on board for the engagement if it happens at the end of the season. So we'll have to see what goes down, but things are going to get a little crazy in Paradise. So let's take a look at our next clip and see who possibly could be entering the beach.
About to turn this place upside down.
These men are looking fine.
I cannot be happier right now.
Oh my God, we can't see who Natasha's making out with, but I think it's Ed.
Ed.
But it also could be Blake.
It's
It could be
Ed.
Blake. It's Ed?
Oh.
It's Ed.
Blake.
It's Ed.
Not
It's
the
Ed.
guy that Tia went on a date with?
No,
Okay.
100%.
Well, damn. We have 2 new arrivals, Damar and Ed. Avery, you're on the same page with me. We love Damar. Like, we're obsessed with Damar, are we
love
not?
Damar.
Oh my God, Natasha
I'm
is me
obsessed
with
with
the fan.
Damar. I honestly kind of thought like Tammy would go after Damar if they were on the beach at the same time, and now I'm trying to like think who's left for him. It's just he came on at the
Natasha.
wrong time. Deandra would have
Yeah,
been
but they
great for
might.
him,
Ooh, I hate when that
and
happens.
now it looks
when,
like
someone
Natasha's
leaves.
with Ed. Yeah, the timing.
So what I remember about Ed is that he had a funny scene with Chris Harrison where he was thinking he was going to like Claire's room or Tayshia's room, whoever the Bachelorette was at the time, and he ended up going to Chris Harrison's room on accident, producer planned, and they had like a funny conversation. They had a great dynamic, and then that's where a lot of people loved Ed. Ed does have some like some people like can't stand Ed too because he could be a little bit like he's a goofball. So I don't know what kind of energy he will bring. I definitely am more excited to see Damar, but I think the 2 of them coming in, look how excited they are. They're going to come in hot. Gianna, what can we expect? Who are you more excited to see?
Ooh, Oof. Well, I love the fact that Natasha is with Ed because again, justice for Natasha. Like these producers need to stop messing with her time in paradise. Like obviously the Brendan situation wasn't a producer thing, but to bring in Dr. Joe, like come on, like give her a break, let her find her love, her connection organically. And I think we're gonna see it with Ed. I don't know how far they're gonna go, obviously, but the
Ed.
fact that they are there, they're definitely kissing. There's no doubt about it. And they look like they're really into each other. So I'm really excited to see Ed's time. I don't know, like, poor Tamar, like, is he gonna, Kendall? Like, she's probably gonna be bawling her eyes out on the beach,
No.
like, or just not there, hopefully. So hopefully she went home by then. But yeah, I'm excited to see where
she's
Ed and
gonna be
Natasha
gone.
go.
There's no way. There's just no way. But get it, Natasha. Let's keep going at these clips. We have a few more to go because they're only getting crazier as Paradise is. So let's play the next one. Bum bum bum. It's gonna be juicy. I love that we're on this frame though because Natasha looks so happy with Ed.
This is great.
Thank
Ed.
God.
Maybe we were meant to stay on this screen for a while. They don't want us to stop talking about it. Justice for Natasha.
No.
I honestly did not see this
Justice
one
for
coming.
Natasha.
Natasha and Ed, so random, but I'm glad it's happening.
So random. Yeah,
I know.
me too.
Deserves it, though.
Natasha
She
deserves
deserves
this.
to find love.
Okay, let's play the next clip.
Marissa was everything that I thought she'd be. We may be walking out of here hand in hand. I'm not going down without a fight.
God, they're kissing.
I will slap that stupid.
Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna talk about Ivan and Chelsea because the next clip is get crazier. The next clip is gonna be crazier with Ivan and Chelsea and like Aaron. But oh my god, Damar is gonna take Marissa on a date. That's what it looks like, which is not gonna go over with Riley. They already spent many times in the boom boom room, which I think is like really solidifies a couple more. They look really good together too, and they look happy together. Avery, what do you think?
I mean, I like it. I'm like for it, but knowing that Riley is in the picture, I'm gonna have to be like, no, I'm still Team Riley, just because we've seen how far they've come and we've seen their connection and it's so strong. I feel like Damar's coming in a little too late and he can't break that. They've already gone through so much. Like they're way too strong for this to break it. But Ivan was like, I'm not wasting any more time. Who's next? Chelsea. And he got straight to it. Like, I wasn't expecting that either.
I also think Chelsea's probably a lot taller than Ivan, even though she's probably taller than everyone except for Thomas. Chelsea would have been great with Thomas, but I'm excited for Ivan, like, if this is a thing, because Ivan deserves this more than anyone. But, I mean, I just love Damar, and if Damar wants Marissa, like, I don't love Riley. Like, I don't stan Riley. I feel like he was kind of rude to Chris and Elena. So, like, I'm Team Marissa, and I loved her friendship with Demi. That was, like, low-key. But, I mean, it's going to be a mess. Gianna, what are your 2 cents?
I definitely like Damar way better than Riley. I just don't like Riley's vibe. I think that he thinks that, you know, he's all that type of thing with the muscles and this. Like, he has a lot of swag that he, like, portrays, and I feel like it's almost an act. Like, I'm like, do we know the real Riley? Like, I always just feel like I'm watching, like, a character of some sort. But I did like him with Marissa. Like, I thought they vibed really well, but I feel like Marissa and Damar, like, I'm so for this happening, and you never know. Like, maybe she will go on the date and be like, no, like, I'm with Riley and I'm going to stick with that. Like, we never know what's going to happen. But I feel like if she did feel that solid with Riley, she would have said no. But clearly she said yes because they were hand in hand with that date card. So I don't know. Maybe she is just wanting to keep her options open, as she should. She's beautiful. I also love her. She's like one of my favorites ever on this beach. So I'm happy for her. I'm happy she's seeing where it's going. But yeah, Ivan, and I can't even believe what's about to happen.
Wait,
Like,
just wait.
Yeah, let's dive into it after we watch the next clip, because this is about to get crazy.
It's about to get crazy. But I do want to say Avery had a really good point, because Mauricia and Riley have been through so much already that it just wouldn't make sense for Mauricia to even go on the date to begin with. So maybe they're not going on the date and it was just a conversation, because it's just the date card on the beach. It's not like they're like in the jungle, like on the date. So we'll see. But let's take a look at this next clip, because this is the drama we did not know we needed at all.
Space. I'm over here.
No, I'm not coming over to you.
Come over here.
Come here.
This move, bro.
What are you about to do with that? There's a dangerous tropical storm approaching.
Oh my god. Okay, dangerous tropical storm. That'll be crazy. Avery, who you got? Ivan or Aaron?
Not Ivan and Aaron fighting.
Who you got?
Of course
Who you
I'm
got?
Ivan. I feel like Aaron's all talk. Like Aaron's not gonna do anything other than like get in his face, which I cannot wait to see. But I'm Team Ivan. Always have been. Always will be. But I love Aaron and I love the
Gianna.
drama and I'm glad this is happening. But Team Ivan.
Gianna, who you got?
I was gonna say Aaron just because he has a lot of built up anger between
He does.
Thomas and now this, and I feel like he's just gonna let it all out right here, right now. Like, I hope they don't actually fight. Like, I really hope they don't get physical
They
because
won't.
they definitely won't. I just don't like when men act like this, like over a woman. Like we saw this happen and like before, and it's just like so disgusting. Like send them home if they're gonna act like little, high schoolers even. Like it's kind of ridiculous for them to act this way. I'm so looking forward to see how Ivan ended up with Chelsea. Like how did that even go down? For Aaron to even then get this mad. Like I can't wait to see how it all plays out, but it makes me disappointed that they're fighting. But yeah, no, I don't like this behavior from these
I
guys.
think Ivan's above this. Like Ivan is so mature. Like I
is.
love Aaron too for like the
Yeah.
memes. Like I didn't like Aaron on the until I saw memes. Like, and now that I know the memes, Aaron's like an icon. The memes have made Aaron an icon. But Aaron did the same thing to Thomas and the Tammy thing. Like, this is a repeated pattern for Aaron. I wouldn't be surprised if this happened in his real life too. I think he's honestly focused way too much on his bromance with James, where no wonder these girls that you're trying to date are pursuing other guys because you're too focused on James and the box. So I'm not surprised that this is going to go down. I think Chelsea will choose Ivan. And I guess we can assume that Kendall leaves. So Ivan wants to at least try it out. I wish everything would have
As
just
he
been
should.
fine if Ivan and Jasenia just made it work. But they didn't. So here we are. Let's take a look at the next clip because Paradise is going to get crazy. So let's hit it.
It's headed straight for us. We need to start evacuating right now.
Earlier today, I was stressed about who I was going to give my rose to, but now I'm stressed about being alive.
She's stressed about being alive. Tia, you will survive this rainstorm, I promise you. But I remember seeing this teaser in the beginning of the season, and I was like, oh my god, maybe it's something with COVID. But now it seems like there's like a tropical storm. Do you guys remember hearing about a tropical storm in Mexico in June? Did it ever make world news or
no,
national
because
news?
I was also in Mexico in June around the same
I
time they
was
were
too.
filming this. Yeah, I know
Okay,
it's a
and-
big place, but I don't
Yeah.
think there was anything that extreme.
No,
Well,
not at all.
Something for them to
Like-
leave the beach. Like,
No, there was a day that I was in Mexico and it definitely rained. It poured, but that was it. That was it in June. Nothing
That
of
was it?
tropical storm.
so what do we think's gonna happen? Are they just gonna go to the hotels for a night and then go back to Paradise? Or are they gonna film in like little villages? I'm excited for a change of scenery because I love the Paradise like backdrop and everything, but sometimes it does get kind of boring when like everyone's at the same one beach, one bar. Like villas? Little
I don't-
spin-off?
I really don't know. I
Gianna?
don't
I don't
think
know if
that
they have time for all that.
Yeah, I don't think that this is gonna turn into like a huge thing where they go to like a hotel or villas. Like I literally think it's just gonna be like, hey, let's all like go to. Every set that a show is filmed, there has to be a place where you shelter in place. It's required that everyone has an established place where if an emergency like a storm or something else happens, they have to go there. I think they're just gonna go chill, wait for the storm to pass, and come back to Paradise. But I did want to point out something in this clip that's very important. Marissa's arm was around
Yes,
Riley.
I was gonna say that. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
whether this storm was before or after that date card with Damar, we don't know. It seems like if this is after, then she's going to choose Riley and they're going to be fine. But again, we just don't know where this takes place in the episode. So, but very important.
100%. Exact same page as you, exact same thought. She's probably going to choose Riley, but Damar better get some action because he needs it. And I'm not there, and Avery's not there. So We need to see what happens. We have one last clip for our preview for next week, and then we're going to open it up to you guys, whoever is listening, for our little Q&A meme session. So let's see what goes down in this last clip.
What the? Oh, I'm so scared. This could be the end of paradise.
You know, they've really been comparing this show to Survivor for the past couple of weeks, and that one shot of everyone getting in the van just really made me feel like we were on Survivor again. Like, look how intense this looks. I'm kind of excited. I hope the cameras, like, really follow them through, like, the van and, like, packing and everything. Avery, what do you think's gonna, how do you think this is gonna go?
I honestly have no idea. We've never really seen something like this go down. I think they'll have to stay in like probably a different hotel for the night. Or, I mean, who knows? Who knows where they're taking them, what's actually really going on. I just didn't think that something environmental could be this bad where they would have to evacuate for a long amount of time, short amount of time. I don't know. I feel like the storm could pass and everyone would be okay, but clearly not. So I'm going to just have to go with maybe they're staying in a hotel for like a night.
Or tents, or on the beach. Hopefully they all survive. I mean,
Okay.
as Tia said, they're worried. It's it's gonna be dramatic.
Very
The whole beach
scary.
could blow down. We want to hear from you guys. Tweet us at Shared News, and make sure you guys are following us on Twitter at Shared News. We have funny tweets all week long, especially on Monday and Tuesday nights. So definitely check us out over there. And if you guys have not subscribed to our channel, make sure you guys subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss out on any future Bachelor in Paradise updates.